Breaking through the noise, that's the theme of this year's Cinemalaya Independent Film Festival, which kicks off today. As before, Cinemalaya will still feature full-length and short films and award-winning Filipino films to open and close the festival. Joining us now to tell us more about this year's celebration is Chris Millado. He's the festival director of Cinemalaya. Good morning to you, Chris. Welcome back to New Day. We're always happy to have you. And of course, we are excited for this year's Cinemalaya. Syempre, kasi first time in about 2 years, the films will be shown in cinemas. Now, Chris, exciting times, right? How important is it na balik cinemas na ang Cinemalaya?
Good morning. Cinemalaya opens this afternoon at 5 o'clock at the Cultural Center of the Philippines live. And it is very exciting for us because, as you know, we migrated online this past 2 years because of the lockdown. And Cinemalaya is never complete without the live audiences, mingling in the audiences, looking at the exhibits, talking back to our filmmakers, and basically enjoying the multi-activities of the Cinemalaya as a festival. So that is what is exciting, and especially today when we do our red carpet event again, where our audiences act as paparazzi. Everyone with a camera, everyone with a mobile phone can take photos and meet the filmmakers and actors of all the 23 titles that we're featuring this year.
That's right. Well, also the theme this year, Chris, is breaking the noise. Why did you choose this theme for Cinemalaya this year?
As you know, this past many years, especially during the campaign, our social media platforms and all kinds of communication devices have been flooded with different kinds of images, messaging, and so on. So we thought that our stories that are told by the authentic voices of our filmmakers should be able to focus and invite audiences to make deeper dives into the stories that we tell. And hopefully the diversity of stories will make us more discerning, will make us more analytical and critical in terms of filtering what is truthful and what could be useful to our lives.
Well, let's focus.
This year,
Chris, sorry to cut you.
We're featuring. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So this year, yes, we're featuring 11 full-length features. And originally these were 20 full-length features, but it's filtered down to 11 because of the challenges brought about by shooting and production. And then we have 12 short features. The amazing thing about these short features is that only 2 of our filmmakers come from Metro Manila. The rest come from all over the Philippines. So it just shows you the diversity and the interest and the emerging interest in terms of production of independent films.
Chris, you already touched on the 11 full-length films for this year's competition. How difficult was it for you to choose these films, considering it was combined from the 2020 and 2021 Cinemalaya? I understand you had like 20 films to choose from or so. So how difficult and how did you go about choosing the final 11?
Actually, this is a gathering together of batches of 2020 and 2021 that didn't push through. And from these batches, these 20 were selected out of hundreds of entries. And we have a selection committee who selects and shortlists story treatments, and then further on processes them down and whittles them down to 10 for production. And because of the 2-year lockdown, we were able to gather at least 20 titles, but unfortunately 11 of them only came through because of some producers backed out. Some have great difficulty in terms of doing production and doing location shooting, and so on and so forth. So we're glad to have the 11. Of course, we would have loved to have the full 20 for screening this year.
Well, I definitely enjoyed speaking to the directors, of course, and the actors here on the show. This year's Cinemalaya also, Chris, is longer You know, then previous Cinemalaya, it actually starts today. You mentioned that today until October 31st. So what's happening? I mean, we know we have screening schedules. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, it starts today at August 5, with screenings at the main theater venues from August 5 to 14. And then starting August 10, we run out to the commercial cinemas, and we have partnered with Ayala Cinemas and SM Cinemas nationwide. And then August 19 onwards, we do special screenings in selected cinemas in other parts of the country and in campus-based cinemas, as well as non-traditional screenings in areas where there are no cinemas. And this means bringing film to gyms, plazas, and other non-traditional cinema venues. And then if you still didn't catch any of these during the online screenings, the on-site screenings at the CCP and the on-site screenings at our commercial cinemas, you can still catch it at our online platform starting in October. So that makes this year's edition of Cinemalaya the longest so far in its history, stretching from August 5 until the end of October.
There you go. Well, definitely difficult to miss Cinemalaya. A must watch for everybody that is very interested in film. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris. I know you have a busy day ahead, and we wish you all the best. That was Chris Millado, Festival Director of Cinemalaya.